Hi, welcome back. We're going to get into the XW wagon lower quarter repair again this afternoon. Mainly just getting into dressing up the welds on the seams and getting a little bit of fiberglass filler over the top to try and seal it and weatherproof it sort of thing before we get the body filler, main body filler over the top. We're not going to go and strip any more of the quarterback today just yet and get into filling the badge holes and stuff like that, because like I was saying the other day, the seal at the top on the driver's side rear one, which is up there under the plastic, can't see it. So that seal up there is really ordinary, and there was surface rust on a few little blisters along there originally. We ground them out, filled them and painted it 14 years ago, and it's starting to crack a little bit and it's not great. So I was under the assumption you couldn't get those cargo window seals, and if you go through Rare Spares, Restoration Country, all those kind of guys, no you can't. But like one of the viewers wrote and told us, Rebecca, said that yes, you can get them now. The boys at Better Auto Rubbers down in Orang have actually made some molds up, and they've got them made now for the wagons, XR through XY. So I got onto them on Friday, I think it was, afternoon, and he's going to call me back through the week and let me know whether he's got any in stock or when they're coming in. So we're going to actually get those cargo windows out and do the repair properly like we wanted to in the first place. So for now, we're just going to get in and dress up that weld up the top there and get some filler in the lower section. And then once the window seals turn up, we'll get in and strip it all the way up to the quarter and over the wheel arch, get the glass out up the top and do the rust repairs up there. So for now, we'll just get in and get these welds dressed up and get some fill on. Okay. So we're going to knock these down with a 40 grit flat disc, and then once we've roughed it down, then from there we're going to get into it with the 40 grit paper on the sander. Okay, so we've dressed all those down, like the plug welds along the bottom and where we've stitched it in along there. So now the next thing is we've given it a hit with the sander with the 40 grit. We're going to give it a wipe down with prep wash and get some of the fibre fill, because now my reasoning behind the fibre fill is because I couldn't weld both sides. So the fiberglass filler is waterproof compared to your normal filler. So if we put a layer of that on there first, there will be pinholes in the weld, there will be little porous spots. So my reasoning is moisture can't get through the fiberglass to then get to the filler and the primer underneath it, or up on top of it, sorry. So it should weatherproof anything coming through from the back of that weld. Whether it does or not 100% certain, but that's what I was thinking. So I'll get in, get that mixed up. We'll put a little bit of fiberglass resin with the filler this time, because we're not going for large build. We're just going to put a smear over the top to actually smooth it out and make it waterproof. So hopefully that should make it spread a bit easier and go from there. So I'll go get the prep wash and wipe it down, and we'll get the filler and get into it. Right, so this is the fiberglass filler we're using. Never used it before. Have used other U-Pol product and it's pretty damn good. But when you get it, the whole reasoning behind putting the resin in, this stuff is thick and it's all like short chop strand in there. So obviously we're going to get in and try and mix it up, because it looks like it's starting to separate a little. So we'll get that all mixed into the can, and then we'll take out what we want and just reduce it down with a little bit of fiberglass resin, like we were going to. So there we've got our filler, and we've got our little bit of resin that we've mixed in with it, or put onto it, sorry. And we're going to try and mix that through and get it to thin the glass filler right out, all while trying to make sure we don't introduce too much air into the actual filler itself. Then we'll put our hardener in and get it on the calf. Now, even though this stuff does have the fiberglass strand in there, compared to the last stuff I used, it is actually quite workable. We'll see what happens once we get the hardener in there, but yeah, never know. Might be a bit easier than what I was thinking. Okay, so that's in there, kind of badly. I really suck at putting fiberglass strand filler in, it just drags everywhere. But we'll let that set off, they reckon 15 to 20 minutes, and we'll see how it goes. Right, so that filler has been like keyed back a little bit with a 40 grit, just to hit the highs out of it. And now we're going to go put one more layer through the middle where it was low, where the weld was, and we'll go from there. This time I haven't put any resin, fiberglass resin in the filler. This U-Pole stuff is actually really nice and pliable. It's actually really nice and fluid. So try this time without it. See how it goes. Yep. Lost it. Okay, so that's in, and we'll let that sit and go hard, and then we'll show you where it's at. Right, so I do have to say that I am thoroughly impressed with that stuff there. That's what we've been using to fill over the top of the seams where we've welded the rust patch into the rear quarter of the Falcon. So, and again, it's not being used for anything structural, but it's because I can't get in there and weld from both sides and have it all sealed and leave a nice strong weld on there. So what I have to do is because it's not TIGged, it's only MIG welded, I've ground it down to knock the top of the weld off, and it's fairly well flush but not ground right down. So then we've gone over with that to seal it all up from one end to the other and waterproof it, because just in case there's any pinholes in the weld. But straight out of the can, that stuff does apply so much better than the other fiberglass filler we were using that I think Dylan got from Repco or something. That U-Pol stuff we got from Colourfast up at Hillcrest. It's fantastic. It goes on really nice. It's really light. It does sand back pretty easy, which I'll run through and show you when we do the final sand on that before we get the filler on. I'll try and get that done through the week after work. But yeah, so that's about it for now. Until we get into it again tomorrow night, we'll talk to you soon. So we're going to leave it here for this afternoon. That's all in there. That's a final skim coat over the top. That's leveled out really nice. So straight out of the can, that U-Pol product does go on really, really well. It applies well, spreads well, and it's really nice and strong. So yeah, surprising compared to the last stuff that I was using. So we're going to leave that there for now. Through the week, I'm going to try and get the wheel on and get it outside. I hate sanding that stuff inside. It just goes everywhere. So we'll get back into it and show you where we're blocking that down and getting that squared up and ready to go for the coat of high fill over the top. But for now, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And until next time, thank you. Bye.